So as I've said before, there's no evidence to say that chronic insomnia causes any health problem. But if this is the case, then why do you feel niggles, muscle aches and pains, headaches after a bad night of sleep? Well, I'll talk about this in today's video. Hi, I'm Martin Reed from insomniacoach.com. I help people with insomnia improve their sleep so they can live happier, healthier lives. Now, here's the thing about sleep. When we don't get enough of it, we actually monitor for consequences of poor sleep. So if, for example, you notice that you feel more muscle pain or you get headaches after a bad night of sleep, the chances are they're not caused by your bad night of sleep. That instead they're caused by something else, but because you had a bad night of sleep, that's the explanation that's the conclusion that you're jumping to. It's also important to bear in mind that when we don't get a good night of sleep, we actually self-monitor far more than normal. So we'll actually scan our bodies looking for a consequence of poor sleep. So we might notice things like aches and pains that we wouldn't have otherwise even have noticed were it not for that bad night of sleep. So what can you do if you're experiencing this to improve your sleep and reduce these associated feelings of pain and discomfort? Well, the first thing you can do is try and remain active. So the more active you are during the day, the more sleep drive you build, and this helps you sleep more during the night. But not only that, it will give you less time to think about sleep, to dwell on the consequences of sleep, and to be constantly scanning your body and self-monitoring for any aches, niggles, and pains that may have been caused by a bad night of sleep. Similarly, there are other techniques you can implement, all of which are part of cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, cbt-i. These include things like following an appropriate sleep window to help reduce the amount of time you spend awake in bed and replace it with more time asleep in bed. This will also build sleep drive, making it easy for you to fall asleep at night. And then you've got stimulus control, which means you'll be getting out of bed during the night when you can't sleep. And this too can help avoid and reduce this self-monitoring, this looking for consequences of bad sleep. Because instead of lying in bed being inactive with nothing to do but think about this terrible night of sleep you're having, you're taking control and getting out of bed, which gives you less time to think about and dwell on these potential consequences or these perceived consequences of bad sleep. It can also be a good idea to challenge these thoughts or these associations that you've made between a bad night of sleep and like these niggles or pains or feelings of discomfort. Ask yourself, is there a potential alternative cause of these discomforts? Is it only down to your sleep? Is it 100% down to your sleep, or perhaps there's another reason? Sometimes just taking a step back and just evaluating how accurate these first thoughts that we have are can be really helpful and help you recognize that perhaps they're not as a result of a bad night of sleep or your insomnia. So I hope you found this short video helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I try and share a short sleep snippet video every weekday. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for a future video, again, leave a comment below or you can email me directly. My email address is hello@insomniacoach.com. And I hope to see you back here again soon.